Good afternoon. In this video, we're going to go over this past week's trades and the weekly recap. Before I get into the weekly recap, I just want to say I did finish the week with 13 wins, 1 loss for a win rate of 92.86% for the week. So I had a very good week. And for the month of July, I finished 66 wins, 15 losses for an 81.48% win rate for the month of July. So I was actually kind of surprised that I actually got over 80% on the month of July because I had a couple rough weeks. But it is what it is, and very satisfied with the week and the month. If you're not in the room, you can find the link in the description of the video and the bio section of social media. You can also go on Twitter and see the timestamps, so you can see that the calls time when I made them. I also make trade ideas in the room before the plays happen 90% of the time, so people can look at the play, see what I'm taking, and have a chance to pull it up and get ready for the play if it activates. So yeah. So with that said, oh yeah, make sure you please like the video because these take time to do. These videos are for the purpose of you learning and understanding why I do what I do, why I took the plays I took, and stuff like that. So liking the video and subscribe to the channel, please do so. It helps me and helps you and others find the video. So with that said, now this week was a pretty wild week, even though I didn't trade that much because of earnings and FOMC. I kind of stayed patient most of the week, waited for the right calls and the right setups. So with that said, let's get into it now. Monday, I grabbed SPX calls at 7:52 on Monday. Monday right here. Let's pull this up. 7:52. 7:52. 12:52. Where's 12:52? Right in here somehow, somewhere. Make sure I got the right date. 26. Yeah, I'm not quite sure why I took it there. I probably should have took it here, if anywhere. But yeah, I grabbed it. Let me just double check the timestamp. Yeah, 12:52. 12:52. Okay, right here. This is where I grabbed it. Right here. Okay, for some reason I thought I grabbed it up here. For some reason I was looking at 11:52, not 12:52, because it didn't make sense buying it up here. Here I can see, but here I definitely can see off the 20, the bounce off the 20 EMA on that. So one of the things you can see that when it does break out, it likes to come back and retest that level, which it did, and they have the 20 EMA and stochastics, so getting pretty oversold. So I knew there was a high probability of it bouncing here because of the three factors, and VWAP was right there too, so bounced off VWAP. So I did grab the 44.20 calls at $1.90, and this little push right here, they went to $3.75. So that was almost 100% win, not quite close, like 97, 95. So that was the only trade I took on Monday. Now remember, I wasn't trading that much on Monday because a lot of the stocks I play had earnings, and I'm not playing those massive prices, expensive prices, and I just took my time and just waited for earnings and the plays to come to me, and I focused on SPY, and yeah, so didn't trade that much on Monday. But Tuesday I did. Tuesday I took 4 plays. I took Twitter. Twitter had ER Monday after hours. No, wait, no, that wasn't on Monday. That was Friday. Where are we? Why am I okay, wait a minute here. Why I got the days all mixed up? Okay, where is Monday? Let me back this up. Okay, this was the ER. That was on, what day was the 22nd? 22nd was Thursday. Okay, this is Friday. This is Monday. Oh yeah, because it was dropping down. Okay, I remember taking the 69.50 calls at open now. I was looking at it on Monday, but It wasn't bouncing. I was actually looking for it over this level, 71.50, but it just kept dropping. And I was looking it over here, and it just dropped more, so I lost interest. Then when it started to bounce a little bit on Monday right here, I was like, okay, if on Tuesday it can break out over this pre-market high of 68, we could say 69, that I'd grab it. So they did a quick pop and drop, and they went from the 69.50 calls I got went from $1.04 to $1.35. Not much. Nice little 29-30 cent play right there. Nothing substantial. Actually 31 cent play. So then it just dumped. So glad I got in and out of that. So then I was watching Disney. These ones didn't have any ER this week, so that's why I ended up playing Twitter. Twitter already had ER, and Disney doesn't have ER yet. So the 27th right there. 27th. Okay, I grabbed Disney at 10:04 right here. Right in this breakdown candle right here. I grabbed the 177.50 puts at $1.50, and they went to $2.20. So yeah, as soon as because it dropped pre-market, it chopped, it couldn't get over this Monday's highs, so kept rejecting, harsh rejection. Then it started chopping. Once it broke underneath these candles right here, these four candles, that's when I grabbed it. And the 177.50 puts went from $1.50 to $2.20, and this little drop right there. So that was a nice little play. Then I ended up playing SPY. Let's see, I played SPY calls. Oh, and it's dropping down. I was not expecting SPY to drop this much on Tuesday. In fact, I was expecting a V rally, and it didn't happen. But I did manage to get a couple scalps out of the SPY calls. One of them was at 11:44, which is right here. Had this exaggerated move. I grabbed it right when it was coming up through the RCT trend line, which is this orange line. I grabbed the 439 calls at 102. They went to $1.19. Nothing spectacular, and it dumped. Then I ended up grabbing the 438 calls at 148, which is right here, I think. Yeah, right in here I grabbed it. Now, the reason I grabbed it here is it's making a lower lows. Histogram's making a higher low. So you have a bullish divergence forming here, and it started to come up. And when it got over this area, that's when I jumped in. Then it just took off. So those 438 calls went from $1.19 to $2.06. It was a non-expiration day. So I had to go just a tiny bit out of the money. I mean, at this point in time, it's trading at 437. We'll round up a couple pennies. And so $1 at the money. So they didn't go too far out. I've been trying to stick to at the money or in the money options because of less theta, and the moves, sometimes the moves just aren't that massive to make the options move. So I've been trying to get a little closer to the at the money. So okay, and Wednesday I took Wednesday was FOMC. Now I took Microsoft first. They had earnings after hours on Tuesday, so it dumped and it popped back up on a conference call. The earnings they didn't like, but they liked the conference call, and it chopped. And I kept looking at it from the point of view, if it does manage to get below this area of the I said 289, that I would take it, and I did. I jumped into the 285 puts at $1.30, and then went to 310 in this little dump right here. So that was a 100% move on those puts. So I got them right at open. Then I ended up grabbing BA 227 puts. Let's see. On the 28th, I grabbed them at 937, which is right here. Right in here, I grabbed it. Now I had earnings that popped up, and BA just likes to sell off anytime it has a big move. So I was looking at it. If it did get below this 438 $2.50 area that I would grab it, and it did. So I grabbed the 227 puts at $1.05. They went to $1.46 right there in that little drop. So that was a nice little push on BA. Now I ended up grabbing I'll use SPY instead of SPX on the whoops. We had FOMC on Wednesday. I'll blow it up so we can see. Now I played played both sides of FOMC. I had 44.15 SPX calls at $2.30. Then I played the 43.70 puts of SPX at $1.85. Now, right when it announced, it had this massive dump. I remember putting in the room that I was looking for $5, and before the move even happened, I had sell orders in at $5, and it triggered immediately because I just dumped. Triggered my my put sells, and which I was very happy about that. I talk about luck. Then they rocketed back up, so I managed to make money on both sides, and usually that is what happens on FOMC. Usually there'll be a pump and dump, or it'll be a dip and rip that you rarely see. The reason for this is the actual statement will go one direction, and the press release will go the opposite direction. So that's just how it works, and that's not all the time you can win on both sides. But I always try to see a big enough move on one side will cover the loss of the losing side and make money. So but in this instant, it had a pretty decent move in both directions to make both of them very profitable. It does. SPY doesn't move that much, but it didn't really move. It only moved like $3, and for an FOMC, sometimes $3 is really not that much. It's kind of average. So for FOMC play, but yeah, that ended up working out really well. The call side went 100% plus, and then the put side went 150% plus. So that was a very good play, and I stopped right here. I mean, I probably could have played puts right here too, but I just was like, I had a good day, I'm having a good week. I don't want to make an unnecessary chance, and I know some people played this little drop right here. Congrats to them, but I just like, okay, I've had enough. So I know when to quit. And when you're up and you feel good about your day so far and you want to call it in, just call it in. That's what I did. So then I ended up playing Baba on Thursday. Was Baba on Thursday? Yeah, Baba's Thursday. Getting my days mixed up now. Okay. Like I always say, Baba, if you're not new to the room, one of the things you can almost guarantee, and it's not 100% certainty. This is more of a 85-90% certainty. Anytime Baba gaps up pretty well, like for this instant, it went from 195 to 202. We'll say 201. We'll say 201. That's a pretty significant gap up. Look at that. Baba likes to sell off on these big gap ups. So anytime you see a decent gap on Baba, I'm always looking at puts at open, because this is usually 90% of the time what happens. Gaps up, sells off. And it did exactly that. And I had the 190 puts at $1.25. I grabbed them open. They went to $2.35. Now, they were kind of far out of the money, so they didn't go as far as much as I hoped. I thought they'd go over 100%, but they didn't. But still a great little play right there. And in fact, I remember some people in the room saying that they held. They were holding the 190 puts overnight. Regardless that it popped up and came back down, they held them. And congrats to them, because that had a massive drop. Gap down on Friday, so that was a good little play. Now I ended up having my only loser on Friday, and this shouldn't have even been a loss, because I grabbed let's see, I grabbed Facebook puts 10 a.m. 10:10, which is right here. Yeah, right here. I'll back it over a little more. I was looking at it from the point of view, it dumped down, it's in a bear flag right here. I got it right here thinking it was going to break the bear flag and just plow through this support and go down to 354, even 352. It didn't. It chopped and bounced and chopped, and it just kept making lower highs, and I was staying with it, and it just started to look good, but it just could not break this 358 area. Then it finally did, and it popped back up. So then it had SPY gap down so big from Amazon earnings, and Facebook really didn't gap down that much. I mean, considering. So I had a chance to get out even, and it was just too fast. I even for me, sometimes I'm really good at the getting in and out fast, but I just was not paying 100% attention at that time. And right when I saw, because I had the 350 puts at $1, and I saw $1 come up, and I tried to get out, and it already reversed. So I was like, okay, maybe it'll come back down and actually flush, and then it just took off. So I was like, okay, whatever. My only loss for the week, if I was actually paying attention and not looking at 3 different things, I probably could have caught it, broke even, but I didn't, so whatever. Then I ended up grabbing CAT. And I think this is why I was actually why I missed Facebook, because I was focusing on CAT, because CAT had ER, and when it broke down, because I was looking for, okay, a gap down, if it gets below this 207 area, I grab it. It did, so I got the 205 puts at $1.05, then went to $2.41 in that dump. So that was 100% move right there. Then I had ROKU. ROKU just when it likes to fall, it likes to fall hard. So I grabbed ROKU at 10.15, which is right here. You know, popped up, came back down harsh. Chopped a little bit, then it started to break down right here. I thought for sure it breaks below this area, 441.60. It was gonna dive. It popped up a little bit, then it didn't actually dive. So those 435 puts I got at $1.34. They ended up being going to $5.90. So that was a 300% move right there, and went well within the money. So that was a nice play if he held all the way through. Then I grabbed Disney. Again, I grabbed Disney at, let's see, 11.02, which should be right here. No, it was right here. No, 11.02. Right in here. It might have been this candle right here. It popped up, came down harshly, then it popped up a little bit. It started rejecting the 20 EMA, and it started when it made this candle, it came down really quick, and I thought for sure this is where it's going to break. It didn't. It popped up just a little bit, then it finally broke. So the Disney 177.50 puts went from 58 cents to $2.31. So that's a 250% move if you held all the way through. So that was a nice little play. Then the final play of the week was, let's bring up SPY, not SPX. I played 43.85 puts at $1.60 at 226, which is right here. Now, this is what I was looking at on SPY. Bring it up just a little more. You get inverted head and shoulders. You get the left shoulder right here, the head right here, and the right shoulder right there. And I was actually looking at calls right here, but I think, I didn't take the calls because I was actually waiting for a phone call, and I did finally get it. And so I missed that. Glad I did, because that would have been another loss. So you have the left, the head, and the right shoulder. I thought for sure it was going to break, and we were going to come up to the 440 level again, or higher day, and it didn't. So when I rejected it quickly and came back down, when it broke this right shoulder right here and the inverted, that's when I ended up grabbing it. So I was a little hesitant because of all the moving averages right here. You get 20, which is the blue, and the purple, which is 200, and the 37 is the white. Then you have the RCT trend line. You had all these clustered together right here. So I was a little cautious of that and a little nervous about that. But but when you had the left, the right, and the head, the left, the head, and the right, when it failed to break that, it did come underneath the right shoulder, the inverted shoulder right here. That's when it said, okay, it's a failed inverted head and shoulders, and I'm going to grab it. So I grabbed the 43.85 puts at $1.60, and when they went to $3.50 right here. So that was a nice little play on that. And that does it for the week. So, yeah, it was actually a pretty smooth week considering FOMC and earnings. So, yeah, so hope this video has helped you understand why I took the trades I did and the setups. And hope to see you in the room, and thanks for watching.